Mic check. I don't really need to do that since they're all being recorded together. Hi internet, Orc speaking, welcome back to the channel. I am not a big fan of the wheel. I never was. However, I thought for a fun little challenge, I would see if I could do every shortcut that I've made a tutorial for using nothing but the wheel. Here we go. Alright, so we'll be going in order of what I think is going to be the easiest and then gradually get harder and harder. First up, DK Mountain. Shouldn't have too much problem with this. We'll see. Also, I do have a hand cam, which is pretty cool. I hooked up this camera rig. When I used to stream, this was the camera that I was using. I didn't really like it because none of the settings ever saved. And you always had to reconfigure it. Plus, the colors are not very accurate. It's not a very good camera. And I got myself a T7i, or an 800D. Which is the camera that I use for my streams right now. It's a really good camera, I really like it. You gotta make sure that you get a battery pack. Oh yeah, I just did it, didn't I? Alright, so DK Mountain down. Next, I think the next one probably would be DK Summit. I'm looking at this list right now. Oh, did I not make tutorials on how to do the DKS double and single? Yeah, I'm gonna make a video for that. The DS Delfino Dock Cut. Surprised I didn't make one yet. Maybe it's because I was never that good at it. First, let me see. The hoverboard is going to be like control. Ooh, that might not make it. Oh, no, that was a really poor attempt. I'm not gonna lie. Generally speaking, you want to go at it much tighter. Wider and then tighter. So all encompass. Why can't I stop it? DK Summit down. Let's go, dude. Knocked out 2 out of the 8. Next up would probably be the gap jump. I'm not even kidding you. The gap jump is probably one of, if not the easiest shortcut to do with the wheel. So this shouldn't be too much of an issue. Actually, let me try to drive this well. I could get a 35-second lap. Oop, not with that. One thing I did notice is it's very difficult to hop straight up and down with this thing. Yeah. And sometimes the tricks don't register. I do know that you're supposed to flick them. The only way to get the inputs for most tricks and stuff, wheelies and stuff, you gotta flick them. Like, Troy was trying to do like this motion before, and that doesn't work. You need to flick the controller in directions. Yep. Not a great attempt, but it works. Moving right along. Okay, now I need to start thinking about the next difficult one. The next most difficult one would probably be either the BC3, Ultra, I'm going to be doing the Ultra, or Grumble Volcano. They're both similar difficulty. Also, a big reason why I never made tutorials with the face cam is because when I do face cam and I talk just free-flowing, I tend to make a lot of mistakes in my... like that. I just blank out. So there's a reason why I don't do face cams for my tutorials. It's because I can't really free-flow that well. There would be a lot of jump cuts, just a lot of awkward pauses, splices, speed-ups, you know. I cut a lot out to make it sound a little bit more professional. But in reality, when I'm actually in the studio... Actually, since I have a shroom, I'm going to take this. But when I'm in the studio, God. The movement is not very precise. Okay. Yeah. There's a reason why I don't do tutorials with the face cam. I would love to, but I'm just not that good. Ooh. I haven't had that happen to me in a long time. You get the ultra height and distance, but you don't make it. That doesn't happen to me. I think I was too far to the right. Left. Too far to the left. There you go. Wow. Okay. I don't have anything to say about that. That was good alignment. I just oofed up everything else. There we go. Not bad. Yeah, doing the Ultra with the wheel is not actually that much more difficult to do it compared to a normal controller. It's cool. I should probably take this off. This is actually kind of annoying, the wrist strap. You know one interesting thing I've noticed about my driving with the wheel? My driving is actually not, well, bad. It's not great. It's not great at all. But I legitimately think I could probably wreck some noobs using a wheel. I'm not even kidding. Like, a lot of this game is knowledge-based, not really technique is important and consistency is very important, but I don't know. Maybe that's a video you guys would like to see, me trying to go up against some of you newer players. However, I'm playing with the wheel. Ooh, what is wrong with me? I can't do this. But yeah, if you guys would like to see a video about that, let me know. A video where I take on some of you guys, the viewers, some of you beginner players, and see if I could take you on with a wheel. The wheel is a pretty big disadvantage, I'm not gonna lie. And it also has a really, really low skill ceiling for humans. Theoretically, it's the best controller in the game. Theoretically. It does have some issues, which I'll get to in the future of this video. Alright, barely. Holy cow, that was a close attempt. I don't know what I was talking about, but on to the next level. Next up is probably DDR the wall glitch. I made a video about how to do the wall glitch. One thing that you'll see, a common issue that most controllers don't suffer from, because for most controllers, the tricking and the toning are two separate analog sticks, for the lack of a better term. But the wheel, it's all one motion. So the motion controls is responsible for toning as well as things like tricks. So things that incorporate two of those systems interfering with each other, they become very difficult. Oop. It's hard to jump straight up and down, man. Low tricks I could see being very difficult with the wheel. Ooh, first try. I was not expecting that. That should be a lot harder. I think I got really lucky there. That was almost a flawless attempt. I'm impressed. Alright, moving right along. I was honestly expecting to spend a lot more time on DDR than that. That was cool. Alright, so for the last two, I am borderline on the fence that these two are even possible. So first up, I'm going to do the one that I think is actually possible, which is the Kart Moon Jump. Now this theoretically everything... Oops, that is not Rainbow Road. The Rainbow Road shortcut should be doable with a wheel. There's nothing really stopping it. It has all of the... There's no interference with the different control schematics. It's just all going to be precision, which is something that the wheel is not really good at. Being precise is not... On the wheel is like really hard to do. Okay. Start a little bit wider, that's good. So that means I can level out a little bit earlier. Ooh, barely. I actually did not think I was going to make that. Alright, well, that kind of works. It was a very poor attempt. Like, obviously, if I was time trialing it, I wouldn't stick that. But that counts. That's good enough. Looks like if I do this. That is not how you do that. Alright, this last trick is going to be the Toad's Factory Late Cut Shroomless. Now, this is actually probably one of the hardest, if not impossible for me to do. Really preys on the issue that the wheel has, which is you can't really do the TF input, which by the way needs to be very precise in order to get enough air, and trick at the same time. So you gotta kind of do a TF input and then flick it, which is just realistically not possible. I know that there is a way to do it. There is a way to do the Toad's Factory Late Cut Shroomless with the wheel. I just don't know how. You know, one thing I realized playing the wheel, it kind of reminds me like how beginners see this game, you know? I kind of feel like a beginner right now using a wheel. I like need to relearn everything. And even though I have all the knowledge from playing with a proper controller, it's still hard. So I can only imagine. Ooh, I guess I'm doing Shroom. Yeah, Shroom is easy. That's not too big of an issue. I know my channel, we kind of meme about me, you know, telling people not to use the wheel, but it's with good intention. I've been playing with the wheel longer than most people have. I know how to use this thing. I'm actually more of a wheeler than a nunchuck player, believe it or not. I've spent more time with the wheel than a nunchuck. So whenever I tell you, don't use this thing, it's not... It's because of this. It can't do the 3 inputs at the same time. It is physically fundamentally flawed of a controller. Sure, theoretically it may be the best controller, but it has issues. Yeah, it's either the TF input or the trick. I don't get it. Alright, so I'm gonna mark this off on the list as I can't do it. So I got 7 out of 8. 7 out of 8 is not too bad with the wheel. Don't use this thing. I really mean it. If you want to get good at the game, don't use this thing. It's even as someone who's been playing with this thing for a long time, it's still inconsistent. Like, and that time I spent putting into this, I could have put it to a controller like this. And if I could go back in time and take all the experience I took from the wheel and put it into a GameCube controller, I would be the best player in the world. I am not afraid to say that. But then again, I was a kid when I was using the Wii wheel, so who knows. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I know this was a little bit of a different video. I wanted to do something in front of the camera. However, I could not do a tutorial because, like I said, I struggle putting words together in a educational manner. If you found this video insightful or informative in any way, sure let me know in the YouTube comments down below. What else do you have to say? Like, comment, and subscribe, as always. If you want to do this challenge yourself, knock yourself out. Let me know how many of these shortcuts you could do with your wheel, because I know that you have one. Everyone who has a Wii has one of these. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you around.